Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about learning from mistakes. So a lot of language learners are kind of terrified of mistakes, and I think this comes from our education systems where we were taught that mistakes are terrible and we mustn't make mistakes, and if we make any mistake it's just a disaster. Now this might, well, it doesn't really apply in school, but they make you feel like it applies in school. But when we are learning a language, mistakes are inevitable. We are going to make mistakes when we learn a language. There's nothing you can do about that. So the real question is not how do I not make mistakes, but what do I do about my mistakes? So I'm going to share a couple of stories. These are true stories that happened to me quite recently, and they were both mistakes that I made, which made me really think about mistakes in general. So I've got a project that I'm doing with a business partner, and the project involved me sending some letters to some people, and on the letters I had my name and address, and then I had the address of the person, but I also needed to have their, let's call it company address. So I have to send 10 letters out every week, and I sent out my first letters, quite happy, and then we got a phone call, me and my business partner, from someone saying, oh yes, this is great, but actually the address is this. And I realised that for every letter I had put the wrong address, every single one. And I felt awful because it's not just me, it's me and my business partner, and I had kind of made this mistake on both of our behalves. So I felt fairly awful about that, and I didn't sleep very well for one night. But guess what? The next time I had to send those letters, the next 10, I was so careful with the addresses. I checked them twice, I checked them again, and then I checked them one more time before I put them in the envelope. So making that initial mistake with those first 10 really taught me, Sarah, you need to do this a little bit more slowly, a little bit more carefully, and just double, triple check everything. So that's my first mistake story. The second one is that after the European football thing in the summer, I decided that I would like to play some football, and I joined a women's football team. Now, I have never played football before in my life. Luckily, I'm reasonably fit, so I'm kind of okay with running up and down for an hour, but I don't really know what I'm doing. So I make a lot of mistakes, and a really favourite mistake of mine seems to be to kick the ball across the face of the goal, which means that someone from the other team can just score. And there was one day when I went to my football team practice thing, and I did the same mistake 4 times, possibly 5. And I was kind of okay with it the first time because I thought, well, Sarah, you're just a beginner, you don't know what you're doing. True. And then I did it again, and someone gave me some instruction, look, don't do that, do this, and then I did it again and again, and I was starting to get really frustrated with myself because I'm thinking, Sarah, for God's sake, not to do this, but you are still doing it. What's this all about? And I guess the point of that mistake story is simply that, sometimes we make the same mistake multiple times. Sometimes it can take a long time for us to learn what the mistake is trying to teach us. I think sometimes students think they should, okay, fine, I've made a mistake, but next time I won't make it. And then they do, and then it's annoying. But when you're learning a language, that's kind of part of it. You will make mistakes. And you will likely have mistakes like that football one that you make again and again and again and again. Some of that is to do with your first language and its influence on how you think and speak. Some of it is maybe what we call fossilized mistake, where things have become a kind of habit. And I guess all I want you to know is that it's okay. You know, it's okay to make these mistakes, as long as you are aware that you are making them and you take some action to change. So I'm going to football tonight. It will be interesting to see if I make the same mistake again. I suspect probably I am going to. My name is Sarah. I'm an English teacher and language anxiety coach, and I help people overcome their fear of speaking and using English. Thanks for watching.